preseason game a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it's been really good, just the competition. I've been rolling them through practice and in the preseason games. And that's a good thing about coach. It's all about competition. So this last game is going to be very important, in terms of who makes the rosters, who we keep and stuff like that. But all the guys were doing a great job.
With Caillou Blue-Kelly, we've seen him as somebody that, early on OTAs, early in training camp, maybe wasn't getting as many looks, but now we've seen him getting starting looks at outside, playing nickelback.
Yeah.
What sort of growth have you seen from him just in your time knowing him, and what do you think he brings to the table?
Yeah, he's definitely improved. Like Kai's, I think in his third year, but he really hasn't played. He's almost like a guy going into his second year. And I rolled him the whole way, but he had the opportunity. I guess people probably noticed him in the preseason game. He made a couple plays, but he's been getting better and better. And I really probably the last 2 or 3 weeks, man, he's made a big jump.
And for Darian Porter being a guy, he's kind of another guy that doesn't have much experience. Part of it is being new to the position, not playing that much in college. What do you think is kind of the biggest points of emphasis for him in terms of what he needs to improve on to be ready to compete at this level?
Yeah, he's very smart. He understands all the techniques. He's probably one of our best technical players. But for him, it's his experience. I mean, you look back at college, he went there as a receiver and was really a good special teams player, but had very little experience playing the corner position. So everything for him this year is just going to be learning, and he'll get better each and every week.
Sometimes in that third preseason game, teams tend to stay away from their regulars, but a guy in a situation like Darian, where you just said he needs as many reps and experience, is it important for him?
We're playing everybody. Yeah, this is what we do. I don't know what everybody else does. We're gonna play everybody. Just because we need to accumulate reps, like game reps, and to see how guys go out there and how they react, how they respond. So we're going to play everybody.
Have you seen
as far as I know?
I won't quote you.
Have you seen Porter, because he was a wide receiver, kind of have a little bit of understanding of where the wide receiver, the route's going to be ran? Does that help him at all?
Yeah, I feel like it does. Anybody's playing on the other side of the ball, they kind of understand what's going on. Like I said, he's a very smart player. He picks things up. Haven't had any problems in terms of that. Right. So it's just really getting on the field and doing it, the physical aspect of the game. So,
what do you think about Eric Stokes, what he's brought to the table across from him?
Yeah, he's good. Eric's been here he's a 4-year vet. He was in Green Bay. I know he dealt with some injuries, but he's been really good in the room, really smart. He speaks and he says something, man, the guys really respond to him. He kind of understands what offenses are doing. He gives those guys that information. You can see that on the field.
Yeah.
So it's been a pleasure to have him, and he's been healthy this whole offseason, so I look forward to see what he can do.
He looks like he has that defensive back kind of swagger out there as well.
Yeah,
a little extra confidence.
Yeah. Georgia dude. He played with a lot of good players. And, he's been around, but yeah, he's had a really good offseason.
What about some young guys like a JT Woods, who's a converted safety, playing corner spot here?
Yeah, it fits the profile. You guys all know coach's profile.
Yeah.
Like, we want guys that have length, guys that have speed, just because the amount of press coverage we play. So he fits the profile. He hasn't been here as long as the other guys, but he's picking it up. And again, it's going to be a big game for him, just to see how he's improved.
How difficult is that to switch from being a safety predominantly his whole career to now all of a sudden switching to being a corner?
I don't think it's hard because he's played corner before. Just having a conversation with him.
Right.
And again, we're a heavy press team. There's some other techniques that are a little bit easier.
Right.
So he's adjusted. It's just all the little coverage tools that we use. Making those decisions on the fly.
Right.
That's the little things that he's a little bit behind on. But like I said, this is going to be a good game for him to see where he's at.
For the secondary in general, is it communication? How big is the communication? How do you think it's gone so far?
Communication is everything.
Right.
We do some things. We put a little bit on our defense in terms of our defensive scheme, so they have to communicate all the adjustments we have to make based on formation, motion, things of that nature. So